Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following confession that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a message that I received from Facebook, and it reads like this. Hello, how are you? I have my own story. My husband has a room. We have two houses here in Dubarn, and then we have another property in Joburg. So I'm going to talk more about the properties that we own here in Dubarn. So the other house is virtually empty most of the times, and then we have our family house where we are staying, me and my husband and the kids. Sometimes he has few of his friends, and they are part of the cult which he said he joined when he came to South Africa. They do come and then they stay with us for only a couple of days, but above it all, like, there is nothing much. So at these two houses, there are rooms. The other house where no one stays there, I'm not even allowed to enter into that room. Then at our family house where I am right now, there is a room which I am allowed to enter. This room, it is basically empty, but there are things that are in there that we use for rituals. Even though I do not want to be part of this, but I did things to my husband, who was my blesser back then, and it is a punishment, me staying with him till today. I found out too late what he was. Brother Nashi, please hide my name. I'm using a ghost account. Even now, I pause between sentences, asking myself if I should really send this, but keeping quiet, it is really difficult. There are times when I feel like I am losing my sanity. You can call me Zanele, not my real name. I am a Zulu-speaking woman, and I am only aged 31 years old. And yes, I am still married. And even after everything that I am about to admit to you, I'm still married to this man. And that is what can make this story so confusing to other people, because I might look like I am a victim, but I am also not innocent. Some things don't end because they were never meant to be clean. I met my husband when I was only 26 years old. He was 54, a wealthy Nigerian man who was living between Dubarn and Johannesburg. He was someone that I met through a friend, not because I was in love with him. No, I had been dating blessers, but mainly South African blessers, men that we knew that if their wives will find out that this is the habit that they have, they would be divorced. So we will do things to them and we would demand money from them, knowing that their wives must not find out. Then the men will give us the money that we wanted. And I was not naive. When I met him, I knew exactly what I wanted. I had been living the life of a slave queen ever since I was somewhere around 18. I already knew what meant to be with a blesser. Before marriage, before everything, I had another life, and I used to move around with my brothers and my cousin brothers in the nightclubs, and we used to party quite hard. From the outside, I looked like any normal slave queen, but deep down, I was not a party girl exactly. I would pretend to be drinking alcohol. I would pretend as if I was drunk, and a man will think that they can take me to their place and take advantage of me, but I will put something into the alcohol that I will give you later on at your place, and then we will rob you, depending with where you will be staying. My brother and I had a hustle, and my cousin brothers and sisters and friends. This was our hustle. We targeted wealthy blessers, especially those that we would meet online. Just a random wealthy guy that is tired of sleeping with his wife only. He wants to taste something better, that he thinks it is better. Then you meet either at a hotel or at a lodge. Then we will drag you and rob you of your phone. If we can transfer money, we can even do it as well. So these men, we took advantage of them because we knew that they do not want their wives to know that this is what they do, especially Indian men or white men. Their wives must never know that they have a habit of getting some young black women and going with them to the hotels. So we really did not use violence. Mostly we would drag the person, and after dragging that person, you will just transfer money from his banking app. If you are lucky enough that the banking app can just be open using the fingerprint, then you will know that you are good. You transfer money into another account, then another account. So we used to go to clubs like your Cubana, Views, I Lounge, and Cocos, those places. That was where I used to go. And me and my cousin sisters, like, we are so beautiful. Then one of my close friends, one day when we were busy pretending as if we were drunk, my friend then pulled me to the side. There was this other Nigerian guy. He was seated with other slay queens, and one of my closest friends, she pulled me aside and she said that she was feeling jealousy. And I said, why are you feeling jealousy? And she pointed at the Nigerian guy and she said, those girls, it means that they are going to make so much money tonight, yet we are dry like this. My close friend told me that she once got 3K a night. This was 3,000 rands just for a sleepover at a Nigerian man's place. And when she said that, I saw that those girls, that was why they were so happy and excited, because usually a man will just give you 1K, 2K, but never 3K. So that was when I started thinking about it. My friend, she did not tell me that she wanted me to tell my brothers to rob this guy. She just wanted me to know that this was once a blesser and he was all of a sudden ignoring him, and she did not understand why the hell was she being ignored by her favorite blesser who gave her so much money. So then I spoke with my other sisters, my cousin sisters, and then we said that, you know what, let us try to get to this Nigerian man, because the idea that I had was that these blessers were using women anyway. So we were just flipping the script. A blesser take you to a lodge of your choosing, and then when you go there, you flip the switch on him and you rob him, because he must know that women are not supposed to be used in such a way. That is how I ended up meeting the man who became my husband. I started acting up whenever I would see him. He did not notice me immediately, and I had to act quite a lot because most of the women, they loved him. What I did not know was that I was playing with a occultist who knew each and everything that me and my brothers had been planning. What I did not know was that he knew it all. He knew what I was doing. He knew that my brothers were gangsters and I was involved, even though I was playing this good soft girl. He knew the stories before I even told him that I wanted to become one of his girlfriend. So after some time, I think it took about 2 months, just trying to get close to him. Then one day he chose me. It was late at night. He said that he just wanted us to have a good time. On that night, I felt so special because he did not invite any other woman to the table. It was only me and him. He told me much later that I walked into this trap without even knowing it. When he proposed to me, brother, it was not a sincere proposal, but it was punishment. My family, they think that I am lucky. My friends think that I upgraded. My brother does not even know that this is what is happening at my house. That is why it is very difficult. So the night when we robbed him, when we tried to rob him, throughout the day we had been talking, me and him. I told him that I did not want us to go to his house. I wanted us to go to this other lodge. So this lodge, brother, when you are driving out of the CBD, that is where we used to rob these blessers, because we were working with some people from the inside. I would go into a room with a man, then lock the door and remove the key from the keyhole. So my brothers, they will also have booked a room close to where I will be with the blesser. Then they will be given a spare key, and open up the door and start to threaten me. So it was quite easy for us to rob those people. That is where we took this Nigerian guy. We went there as if he was not even suspecting anything. The moment that we entered into the room, I started to feel dizzy. I saw a lot of smoke all around me, as well my cousin brothers. They even forgot about the mission that was at hand. They slept throughout the whole night. They had to wake up the next day. I was the one that started banging at their door. I was like, why did you sleep? The guy is already gone. But by then, the deed was already done. The moment that I started feeling dizzy and seeing all of that smoke, that was when he appeared out of the smoke, and I was scared and nervous. And he said, I know that you were trying to steal from me. You can't and you will never steal anything from me. That was when he told me to sleep on the bed. My brother, I saw that my Nigerian blessum had changed into a snake. It's not like a python as such, but he told me to lie down in bed totally naked, and then he came on top of me. By then I was like a zombie, doing whatever that he wanted me to do. Whilst I was sleeping on the bed, he came and he started to move around my thighs. As he was moving around my thighs, I felt movement as if I was sleeping with a man in real life. And then that snake, it bit me and it just disappeared. And when I woke up, this Nigerian guy, he was gone. He had left a note saying, you are going to marry me, if not you are going to die. Whilst I was holding that note, I saw a face that just appeared in the mirror, and it spoke to me and it repeated everything, every word that was written on that piece of paper that I woke up and saw. It was on top of my thighs, covering my private parts. I don't know for how long I had been lying like that. And it repeated that face that I saw in the big mirror. It spoke and it said, you are going to marry me, if not you're going to die. And I started to feel like there was something that was moving in my womb. Like when you are pregnant and the baby is already developed, when the baby starts to kick and turn in your womb, you can feel each and every movement. That is exactly what was happening. I felt like each and every movement that was in my womb. I did not know that by then I had been impregnated by this snake, and I gave birth to an egg, which is very difficult to tell someone else who has never had such an experience. They can't understand what happened to me. I woke up, I saw that there was money. It was 4K that was right next to me, 4,000 rands. I woke up, I did not even want to bath myself. I just wanted to run away from that lodge where I was. And as for this Nigerian guy, it was obvious that he had left me, but I don't know what time he had decided to leave me. I went to where my cousin brothers were and I started banging on the door. They woke up. They were even surprised. They still wanted to go and rob this guy, but I did not want, even though I knew where he was staying, for he told me where he was staying, and I refused. They said that we are going to kill that guy, because I just said to them, I think that maybe he dragged me and slept with me, but I did not want them to know that this Nigerian guy, he had changed into a snake, and I saw that snake coming and sleeping with me, and I could not control any body part. I could not control any part of my body. I was just stuck whilst that snake was doing whatever that it wanted to do with my body. We returned back to the location with the money that I got. I then gave my brothers only 1,000 so that they can share between them, and I blamed them for being unable to wake up in time so that we can rob that Nigerian guy. So I kept on seeing this Nigerian guy, because now he even came to the location where I was staying. He was not even scared that his car will get hijacked. He said, I fear nothing. I don't fear anything. So then the proposal happened. When this proposal happened, everyone was excited that I'm going to get married to this Nigerian man who seems as if he has money, but deep down inside, I knew what was happening. He wanted us to have a big wedding, but I refused. We married without noise. We moved into the house in Dubarn North. He then sat with me down and he explained it to me that he is a ritualist and he did these rituals in order to maintain his wealth. He told me that he really did not care about me before I had decided to rob him. That is why he allowed me into his life. I asked him if he was going to kill me. Then he laughed at me and he said, "No, I love you so much. I will never do such a thing to you, to hurt you in such a painful way. But you are going to be my wife forever." I asked about the kids and he told me that the kids we are going to have, 2 kids. Those are the ones that I am allowed to have with you. I've already spoken with the snake. He told me that the snake, it stays in that other property. He took me to it and he gave me a tour of that house, but he told me that there is one room that I should never open. As long as he is alive, I am never supposed to open that room. My husband is a ritualist. He told me that whenever he spends money on me, I have to assist him with the rituals whereby I sleep with a snake. My marriage to him, it is not a love story, but it is a contract that I signed with what I wanted to do with him. He said, "You are going to get married to me because it is for your own good and punishment at the same time. If I get married to anyone, I will die because I belong to that snake, but I am tired of doing this ritual. Me and my husband, we have 2 children. I won't give their names. I love them deeply, but I won't lie. Whenever I look at them, sometimes I feel like I want to cry. My husband is much older than I am. Sometimes we sleep in the same bed, but there are nights when we do not share the same bed. Sometimes I even think about breaking these rules and just walking away from him so that I can live my own life alone. But I am scared because he once told me clearly and he stated so, and he said, "If you are going to walk away from me with the rituals that I have done on you, if I do not free you, then you are going to die." And what pains me quite a lot is that this man, he has no intentions whatsoever to release me from this curse that is in my life. This is my confession, brother. When you post, please tell me. I will follow through in the comment section. Dear listeners, really was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sisters. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Let us try to talk about this in the comment section. If it was you, will you stay in that marriage, or will you just walk away? She is staying in this marriage. If it was you, were you going to stay for one more day for the sake of your kids, or you will simply walk away? Then there is another message that I want to share with you, and that message, it reads like this. Hello, how are you? Please, Brother Nashi, post my story. I just need advice on what am I supposed to do. If there is anyone that has ever been through a tough period like what I'm going through right now, I'll be grateful if you can assist me. I have my neighbor here. Me and my neighbor, we have been fighting. My neighbor's cats cry like humans at night, and I am starting to lose my mind. Please hide my identity. I don't want drama with my neighbors. I already feel like I am being watched. Have you ever had a feeling, especially when you are driving at night, then you feel as if at the back seat there is someone that is sitting there? Maybe it is just paranoia, I don't know, but I need someone to talk to. I am a woman living in Joburg. I am in my mid-30s. I stay in Fairlands, middle class area, and I'm not living in some dark place where strange things are expected to happen. I am a teacher at a private school. I wake up early. My life is pretty predictable. I just live and I follow the same routine over and over again. So I'm just a normal person. I drink, but I only drink at home. I don't drink heavily. I don't smoke. I don't even like noise. I love a quiet place. That is why this is so confusing so much for me. It started really slow, not like a movie where everything happens at once. First, it was with the sounds. At night, around 11 p.m. or soon after midnight, I would hear cats on the roof, and I just thought that maybe it is normal in our neighborhood. Cats can just go from one yard to another. And when I would hear the cats walking on top of my roof, I just said, it's normal. And I did not think anything of it at first. But these cats, they don't make normal sound. They don't meow like cats, like your normal cats. These cats, they cry and they act as if they are humans. The way that they look at me, especially when I am returning back to work, it's like they are angry at me. It's like 6 cats all watching you at the same time. And when they cry, like they are trying to sound human. The first time when I had this, it was in the middle of the night. I sat up in bed and told myself that I was imagining things. I even laughed at myself. I said, you are a teacher, not a child. You should not think that cats are turning into human beings. Then it happened again. And sometimes these cats, they sound like a baby that is crying, like a woman that is mourning softly, like someone calling you. I can even hear these cats as if they are trying to say my names. I don't know. That is why I'm saying that maybe it is just paranoia or a phobia for cats. But they are always on my roof. I have seen that they love my yard more than any other yard in the same street and the next street. When I open curtains or switch on the outside light, I'll see that there is nothing. Silence, just quiet, like nothing has happened. Then when I just go back to bed, they will start to make their noise. What has made me to become so fearful of my own house slowly is that things keeps on disappearing. I can go to work really late because I won't know where my keys will be. I even now have a habit that when I go to bed, I put the car keys on the kitchen counter. But sometimes when I wake up, I have to fight with my child because I think that maybe she will be the one that would have moved the car keys, but she will say, Mom, I did not even move anything. I was just preparing my own stuff because she now goes to school as well. So things, they just disappear. I really do not know what am I supposed to do. At first, when these things started disappearing, it was your small things, your favorite spoon missing, a plate that you know very well has gone missing. I blamed my maid and I told myself that she was the one that was not organized. Then the maid, whenever she was not around, I would also see that there are things that have gone missing when I am all alone. So I just thought that I was misplacing things. Then food started going missing, not finished, not eaten normally, like food that has been eaten, tampered with. On the 3rd of January, I had bought a 12.5 bag of magnificent food, Millie Meal, and when I bought this, the bag was sealed properly when I bought it. But to my surprise, it was on the 7th of January. I woke up and I found out that the bag had been torn open, food spilled all over the kitchen floor. At first, I thought that it was rats, but something did not make any sense at all to me. Yes, rats can tear packaging, but I really do not know. Why is it that a bag of magnificent, your Millie Meal, why would the rats want to open them up? Like I was not born yesterday. We also grew up in the villages. We never had an incident whereby a rat will open up a bag of meal as if this rat had human hands, because this bag looked like it had been opened deliberately at night, then left open. The meal, it was just spread all over the kitchen floor. It was messy everywhere. Some of this meal, it had been dumped into the kitchen sink. So I am even wondering, how is it even possible that a rat can lift up such meal and dump it into the kitchen sink? Why would a rat want to do that? When I heard my child screaming when she was making cornflakes, I rushed to the kitchen and I stood there in my gown staring at what was on the floor. I have never seen such things in my life. I was even afraid of cleaning up that meal. I cleaned it up, told my sister, who told me that we should pray, and she also told her pastor. But that night, the crying started again and again, and it is still happening to this very day. I don't know what is wrong, but I have since started connecting the dots that I never wanted to connect before. A few months ago, I had an argument with my neighbor. I have a neighbor of mine, and I am very suspicious of him, even though I want your listeners to help me out here. So this neighbor of mine, she is my suspect number one. We had an argument. She lives next door. She's an older woman, very private. She owns dogs. She has this black German Shepherd that barks a lot late at night, early mornings. If it starts barking, you can't go to bed. It will be barking throughout the night. So, as a friendly neighbor, I asked her politely at first to control the dog. She laughed it off. Then one night, the barking was just too much. I went and I knocked again and I said, "Neighbor, you know, the dog is making a lot of noise." We then argued and she said, "How dare you knock at my door? What is wrong with you?" So we argued. She said, "You think you own the street? There are other people here. Do you think that they also do not have dogs? And why is it that some that do not have dogs don't complain about the neighbor's dogs?" I said things that I also did not want to say because she was the one that started shouting at me. She then said, "You think that since you are a teacher, you are no longer teaching at the government, you are teaching at a private school, you are better than everyone." Mind you, I never told this woman that I am now teaching at a private school. I don't know how she ended up knowing because we are not that close that much. We are just neighbors. After that argument, she stopped greeting me. That was when the cats started fighting. These cats, they are black cats. They always sit on the wall between our houses, always looking at my place. If I am in the kitchen, they will be looking at the kitchen window. If I am in my bedroom, they will be staring at my bedroom like at all the times. One night, I swear that I heard someone that was walking on top of the roof. This was like a real person that was walking on top of the roof. The next morning, I found cupboards. They were slightly open. What me was that the bread had bite marks, and I don't know what kind of an animal ate the bread. As for the milk that was in the fridge, that I knew very well it was in the fridge, it was on the floor, but it had not been beaten. I really do not know. There have never been any break-in. I always speak with my sister who encourages me to pray. I try to avoid the neighbor, and whatever that she does, I really do not care anymore. I am asking if there is any pastor that you know that can pray to me even through the phone so that this woman can stop disturbing my peace. I have been living a peaceful life. These spiritual attacks that she has been sending to me, I feel as if I don't deserve everything that has been happening. I so wish to sell the house and move to another location. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to us by our dear sister. Let us try to talk with him in the comment section. Yeah, ne. If it was you, what would you have done? You have a neighbor that has a noisy dog and a lot of black cats, and you now see strange things happening in your house. Will you keep on confronting that neighbor, or will you just keep quiet? Tell me what you think in the comment section. Then there is another message that I'm going to be sharing with you, and this message, it reads like this. Hello brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my story as hidden identity? I am a Zimbabwean man who is currently staying in Pretoria. I have come here because I want to share with you and also to help other prophets. If you have gone to Mozambique to be strengthened, be careful with the women that you sleep with. Brother, I'll come with my full story as to how I ended up doing these rituals to become very powerful as a prophet. I made a mistake to sleep with a woman that had removed a pregnancy. Now I am supposed to sacrifice one amongst my children. I am supposed to be going to Mozambique at the end of February so that I can fix this mess. This South African woman, she came to my house for I was supposed to pray for him. She had been having some problems with her husband. I started to lust after her when she was kneeling in front of me because of the way that her skin was so smooth and so beautiful. She is a very beautiful woman. I said, if this woman is being troubled by her husband, how about I give her love? What she did not tell me when she accepted was that she was also cheating on her husband, and I did not even know, for the spirit did not tell me that this was what was going on. I have a walking stick. This walking stick, I got it from Mozambique. It is the one that I buried at my shrine. It gives me prophecies when someone is kneeling in front of me. That very same night we slept together, and we have been doing it ever since. Then she removed a pregnancy that she was carrying. She slept with me. I thought that she was on her period. She said she wanted me. We slept together whilst she was bleeding. I messed up big time. I'm supposed to go to Mozambique. I will tell you what they have told me. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother. That was a translation of the message. Please come back when you go back to Mozambique. Can you believe it? Let us try to speak with our dear brother in the comment section, sleeping with a woman whilst she was still bleeding after she had an abortion. Tell me what you think in the comment section.